Escape from Tarkov is a game of brutal firefights, tense exploration, and pure panic if you're a solo player. If you've ever loaded into a solo raid and felt your heart pounding at every sound and you felt nothing but pure stress, you're not alone. Today I will show you how to overcome the fear of running solo in Tarkov and build the confidence you need to thrive in the chaos. So let's jump into it. So before we get into it, we first have to understand why soloing in Tarkov is so intimidating to the average player. And it's all about risk. There's no one to watch your back and there's no one to communicate with. No squad mates to call out danger, and every decision you make is yours alone. Now this pressure can feel overwhelming to begin with, but here's the thing, that's also what makes playing solo so rewarding. Solo fear often comes down to three things: the fear of the unknown, fear of making mistakes, and a fear of losing your loot. But remember, Tarkov is a game of learning through failure. Every death is a lesson. Don't fear it, just embrace it. It will happen. It's meant to happen. That's just Tarkov. The first step to conquering solo fear is to actually change your mindset. Instead of viewing every raid as life or death, think of it as an opportunity to learn and improve. Set small goals for yourself. Maybe it's to loot a specific area you haven't been before, or to extract through a certain extract that you've never been to. So just going back to that last point, as an example, if you think of reserve, maybe you've never been out the D2 extract, or maybe you'll go into a raid for the whole incentive of going out and extracting through that extract, just so that you can learn how you do it and how to clear the corners to make sure there's no rats. Now let's actually get into some practical tips to help you feel more confident while playing solo. And the first one would probably be, use your scav. It's there, it's a free run, you've got no gear fear whatsoever, it's there to be used, so use it. Use it to learn the routes and the loot spots and how players behave in different areas. Now tip 2 would probably be to pick your map. Stick to maps you're comfortable with. Customs and interchange are great for learning key areas, while woods and shoreline, for example, offer more space to manoeuvre and avoid fights if that's what you're after. Tip 3 would probably be to gear up smart. Don't overinvest in your loadout, bring what you're comfortable losing. A solid mid-tier weapon, basic armour and meds are all you need. They are the backbone of a reliable kit. Tip 4 is audio awareness. Now as a solo player you have a massive advantage against other teams, and that is, as a PMC you can shoot anything that moves, whereas with the 5-stack team they have to worry about where everyone is and who's who. As a solo you don't have to worry about that, and you can shoot anything. And following up from that brings us to tip 5, and that's to always reposition after combat. If you engage in a fight, don't stay in the same spot. Smart players will just simply flank you. So instead, use grenades and movement to throw them off. Make it hard for them to pinpoint where you are and close in. And this brings us to my final tip, which I personally think is the most important. And that is, know when to fight and when to run. Not every fight is worth it. If you're outnumbered or outgunned, it's okay to simply retreat. Survival is success in Tarkov, and maybe you have that task item that you've really struggled to find. So why risk dying with it when you can get away? And with all that over, that brings us back to the main point. Soloing in Tarkov isn't easy, but that's what makes it so satisfying. Every raid is its own story, every mistake is a lesson, every survival is victory. Take it one raid at a time, stay calm, and trust your instincts and your judgment. And with all that said and done, if you found these tips helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, and if you've got your own solo tips, consider leaving them below to help other people. Now, thank you for watching, and please enjoy the rest of your day.